What are you at? It's Paul from Wicked Acorn. Good evening, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're on your phone. Okay, great. Did you happen to catch the live stream out by the fire last night? Just curious if anybody was there that was um, the regular crew. And it was a great time. And I ran upstairs to put this shirt on just because I have toothpaste on my t-shirt. And I like to be a little respectable when I go live on YouTube. So I figured I'd put this shirt on, and it stinks of bonfire, of course. Remember that? And anyway, it always smelled dirty to me. The smell of you watched the replay, but you didn't see it live, did you? Uh, yeah, that smell of smoke. I never did like it, the smell of smoke on my clothes. It smells dirty to me. But it's yeah, it always smelled dirty to me. I don't know why. But yeah, there you go. I'm asking because it was quite interesting, the live stream. It was I'm just going to put a bit of it on here. Uh, just to let you know for the record, that is the 6th, it's the 6th of November today, and I don't have any this day in history to show you. And yesterday was supposed to be quiz day, and we might get to that if we have time. Otherwise, we'll do it tomorrow. Because I got quite a long video to show today, and we don't want to. I got to remember to turn that off. I keep when my camera comes on, this screen, I keep forgetting to turn this screen off. So that's part of what I'm doing here, is learning to operate all this. Um, yeah, so where are we? I'm going to show you a little bit of the live stream here for those that didn't see it last night. Excuse me. Um, but it was very interesting, an interesting experience to do it because I couldn't see a thing on the phone, and you can't see much on the screen. Although it's much brighter on the screen than it was on my phone out in the garden. I couldn't tell if I was in frame or it was just black. Um, there was no light out there, and it was before I lit the fire. It was lighting the fire. So I'm just going to play a little bit of it, and I'll tell you a little bit. Hello, Astrex. What kind of device are you watching on? And I'll get into the reason why I'm asking in a second. What do I do here? YouTube. So as you can see, it's the vertical format, and that's part of the reason I'm asking what you're watching on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, you're watching on your phone, so I guess you turn it horizontally to watch. Is that what you're doing? MacBook? Okay. Yeah, I didn't mean specifically what kind of device, but that's fine. So you're watching it on a computer or a laptop. Um, okay, great. I'm just going to play a little bit of this. And you probably can't see me at all. I've got a light set up here, but it's pretty dark, and I haven't got the fire going yet, so I'm going to get the fire going. I'm going to try to get the fire going. And see if, can you see me? Oh, apple. I don't know if I'm in frame or not in frame. I don't know. Is anybody there? No. There's nobody there, so it doesn't matter. So I've got that muted for myself here because otherwise I'll get feedback. I'm just going to talk over this because it's just me getting the fire going. But what was really interesting about this is there were. Hello, Darren. How you doing, Darren? What kind of device are you watching on? If you don't mind me asking, I'm just curious because I. And did you happen to catch the live stream last night in the garden? Astrex, did you happen to catch it as well? Um, if you could just put the answers there, that'd be great. What kind of device you're watching, and if you saw this live stream last night live. It was very interesting because you're on a laptop, Darren. Okay, great. It was very interesting because somebody told me before I started doing this live streaming that doing it vertically on your phone, YouTube pushes it out to more people. And it's great we got this little community here with a few of us that come in here. You did see it live? Did you see it live or did you see it afterwards? You're on holiday. Okay, where are you? Are you in the warm climes, or are you looking at polar bears? I found that really interesting. I went to visit family in Leeds. My wife has family in Leeds, and we went to visit them. And I think it was only my daughter at the time. I can't remember, but they were really little kids. So he brought us to a farm. A friend of his, a friend of my wife's relations, owned a farm in Yorkshire somewhere. Let's see if it's going to work. And he brought us out, just so the kids could see the animals and stuff. So, that was great fun. And that was the other thing. I don't have my jacket here. Anyway, it was great to get out on the farm because they were real people. I really enjoyed meeting real people. And it was a couple that owned a farm, and what they do, their dream vacation is to go to Antarctica. They've been several times, been to Antarctica on holiday. That's their dream vacation. It's like not a chance, man. I mean, I'd like to go to Antarctica. It's not high up on my list of places to go, but given the opportunity, yeah, sure. If I had a free trip to Antarctica, I'm gone. But I certainly wouldn't. It wouldn't be like on my list of places to go visit. And that's their dream holiday vacation spot is Antarctica. Hello. And they plan to go back again. You can't see me, but I'm here. Yeah, it's whoa. Yeah, who that's extreme. Hi there. Not for me. Hello. Not why am I outside? Again, yes, given the opportunity, I would go, but it's not something I would seek out. It's time to be outside. And dish out a lot of cash to go see. But definitely, you've been to the Galapagos? Yeah, that'd be something to see. Again, not on my list, but given the opportunity, I would certainly go. That work better there? I would much rather see the Galapagos than Antarctica. Just because I don't like cold. I don't like cold at all. When you go to the Galapagos, you have to like they all do all these like clothing things, like so you don't bring germs and bugs and seeds and things like that. Like, don't they like make you step on sticky tape and stuff to get everything off your shoes and stuff? It's an interesting place. Oh, what's happening here? So anyway, the live stream was the live streaming from the garden. Somebody said when you're doing it, the way YouTube, it was hot. Yeah, I can imagine it was hot. How long was that clip? It's still only 5 minutes. I don't know why that is. I was live for like a half hour or something. There's only 5 minutes on there now. Still. What's it saying? It's not that one. Antarctica was extreme. Yes, Antarctica is definitely extreme. Um, I don't know why it's only 5 minutes long, because it was over 20 minutes long, like a half hour I was streaming. The fire didn't even get going in that. Interesting. Anyway, the reason I'm asking is because at one point there was like 30 people watching the live stream, and apparently that's because of the vertical format, the opposite of what you're looking at now. Um, so that's something I want to look into, doing this the other way. You could not walk barefoot, no. No, but don't they make you go through all kinds of checks to make sure you're not bringing any foreign material into the island? Um, yeah, so there we go. That's that. So what I'm going to do, Wales is your is your place to go, is it? You don't like flying, or you can't fly well. Yeah, yeah. That's well, there's plenty to see in Wales, so no worries there. You've got a beautiful country here. Uh, right. I I think what I'm saying is so. Like you have to like step on a sticky pad, and I don't know. Like maybe that was a mad cow thing. They don't have cows on the Galapagos, but or bird flu maybe. Maybe that's what I'm thinking. But I thought it was so you don't introduce foreign seeds and stuff like that to the island. Yeah, Wales is phenomenal. Um, it's yeah, that was funny when I went back to one of my we've visited this country many times before we moved to live here, and one time was when bird flu was on the go. One of the times that bird flu was on the go, and I bought a I bought a turkey sandwich or something in the airport or on the way to the airport or something. One of those triangular sealed boxes with the sandwich in, turkey sandwich. And when I got off the plane in Newfoundland in Canada, it was a big deal. It was a big deal because it's a bird, right? And bird flu was on the go. Turkey. Anyway, it was there. I don't like the vertical format either, Asterix, but it's something I'm going to look into because, as wonderful as it is with the little community we got here, with the three of us here now, all three of us. Oh no, there's someone else here who's not in the chat. Um, who is that person who's not commenting in the chat? Come on, out yourself. Say hello. Tell us what kind of device you're watching on, and if you saw the live stream last night in the garden. Yeah, I don't like the vertical format either, Asterix. I don't like it in photos either. I don't. Um, However, that being said, uh, getting a bigger audience is important. So if I can do that through doing the vertical stream, I'm going to experiment with that. And did anybody get notified of the live stream, or do you get notified that the live stream is coming up? I don't know the answers to these things. Uh, there we go. But Darren, we were talking about um, nursery rhymes and such the other day, and this video, you might enjoy this. I really enjoyed this. One second, I got to expand the chat here because I can't see what you're saying, Darren. Russell and Paul say hello to Scott at oh, he's got another shop in Wales. Okay. Oh, wow. Nice. Yes, I'd like to see that. If I get a chance, I will for sure. Uh, so you get, Darren, you get notifications. Great. Um, so were you notified of the live stream last night? I'm just curious of these things. It's just something I'm trying to work out here. Because, like I said, it's great to have you guys here, but the more the merrier, right? And this video, Darren, especially, well, I think everybody will enjoy this one. It and Joe was complaining about the local content or lack thereof, and I can't do local content, as in. Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. I'm just wondering if you were notified. Yeah, so it's strange. At any rate, that's fine. Just curious if you guys, because at one point there was like 30 people watching, and these are complete strangers. I was having a conversation with some kid in America somewhere, I guess, because he said that he was in grade 3, and that's an North American thing. Grade 3. You guys say year such and such, year 3 or year 4 or whatever. So he was in America, I guess, and was having a conversation. He was like, "What's going on? Why are you outside? What's with all the fireworks? What does that sound?" So that was interesting to. Yes, indeed, comments help indeed. And any interaction. I I have often wondered if the like and unlike, what is it? Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever it's called, like, unlike button, if it makes any difference which one you press. It's just interaction with the channel. I think the unlike button. I think I don't know anything. Like you, everybody's got an opinion on this, and people will say it like it's gospel, but I don't think anybody knows. Even the people at YouTube don't know, from what I've seen. They don't know how the algorithm works. But oh, that's fine. There's one guy on here, Jamie. Jamie, are you there? Maybe that's Jamie. Uh, he just types an X, and that's as good as a paragraph. I think. I don't know. I have no idea. It's just interaction with it that promotes it. Um, if I were to guess, I would think that hitting the like unlike button is good for the channel, but hitting unlike is more about what YouTube is going to send to you. If I hit I don't like this, it will not send you information like that, or videos like that, or videos by that person. But you've still interacted with the channel, so that is good for the channel. Anyway, I don't know, and nobody knows. Anyway, I wanted to show you this video because this came up a couple days ago. We were talking about nursery rhymes and tag and all those kind of things. And this is a fantastic video. Darren, you'll probably relate to this one better because we're the same age, and it it's our generation. It's from 1971. It's from Belfast, and I could not find this. Oh, I was going to talk about Joe talking about local content and showing stuff that you can find on YouTube anyway. Well, I knew what I was looking for the other night, looking for this video, and I couldn't find it. I could not find this by typing in keywords. I couldn't find it. And the keyword that I needed was bluebells. And that's how I found this video, was way back 5 years ago. I made a video about bluebells, and this video came up. But there's an interesting bit. It's kids playing in the streets of Belfast in 1971. Very interesting. This is going to demonetize the video for sure. Yes, there is such a device that shows the upvotes and downvotes. It used to be on there anyway at one time, how many likes and unlikes a video had. Anyway, I'm going to play this video. You'll really enjoy this, I think. I really enjoyed it the first time I watched it. Let's get into it. Anybody know the song? I put it in the thumbnail thing or something.
Feroza was a lovely child, a lovely child, a lovely child. Feroza was a lovely child. A long time ago, a wicked fairy cast a spell, cast a spell, cast a spell. A wicked fairy cast a spell a long time ago.
So that's something I've spoken about it before, how Irish in culture Newfoundland is, and fairies and all that. That's Newfoundland folklore is full of fairies, as is Irish folklore. Does anybody know this song? I don't know this song, but it's the kind of stuff we used to do when we were kids. This is my generation. This is myself and Darren's generation of 1971. We're the same age as these kids. So the big ship sails on the Alley Alley O. That was the song in the intro. You're right, Asterix. It's We'll get to it. They do the game. Like they start doing all these games, like, and a lot of them are familiar to me. A lot of them I know because we played the same games. But I won't comment on it until we get to the big ship sails on the Allie Alio.
Infants came hiding by a long time ago. He took fair Rosa's lily white hand, lily white hand, lily white hand. He took fair Rosa's lily white hand a long time ago. For Rosa shall not sleep no more, sleep no more, sleep no more. Fair Rosa shall not sleep no more. A long time ago.
It's only a stone's throw up Castle Street from the centre of Belfast to this old part of the city. Here, the children, along the pavements at their own front doors, in the courts, the lanes, the alleys, like children everywhere, play the games and sing the songs that generations of children have played and sung before them. Their songs and games are an eternal backdrop to a changing world. Old perhaps not as the hills, but spanning the centuries, advancing and retiring easily through time, familiar to the children of Troy and Babylon and Bethlehem.
Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, next door neighbour carry on. Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, next door neighbour carry on. Matthew, Mark, Luke and John, next door neighbour carry on. In the night goes dusty bluebells, in the night goes dusty.
Skipping was definitely a girl's pursuit. Um, Ring a Ring a Rosie, we used to say ring around the rosy. Um, Playing marbles, yeah, alleys. We didn't call them alleys, we called them marbles. Um, yeah. Did you like dig your heel into the dirt and spin around? Is that how you made the hole in the middle, or did you have a hole in the middle? We had a hole in the middle, and you would dig your heel into the dirt and spin around to make a hole in the dirt. That was anyway. That was one of the things I wanted to ask you guys is some of the games. Uh, One I remembered after we were talking about it the other night was a game called I Declare War. It was a fantastic game. Um, I Declare War, and you would draw a big circle, as big a circle as you could make. Well, depending on how many kids you had playing, and you would divide it into the number of players, and each player would get a quadrant of the circle as their country, and you would be different countries like England, Germany, France, whatever. Uh, each quadrant would be a different country, and you would take it in turn, and usually you had a stick, and I think it was so whoever was it or their turn or whatever, you would say, uh, I declare war on, and you'd have to throw the stick. The stick would have to land in that country. So if you were saying, I declare war on Germany, you would throw it into that quadrant of the circle. It would have to stay in, otherwise it was no good. And then everybody would run except for the person you declared war on. And then the person who had war declared on them would pick up the stick, and everyone would have to stop when he picked up the stick. And then he would have to throw the stick and hit someone. If he hit someone, he could stand within his quadrant and take over as much of whoever's country he could draw out with the stick, and so on until someone was eliminated and you owned the whole world. Yeah, that sounds familiar. on drain covers. Yeah, like uh, I remember our parish priest talking about the first time he ever saw pavement because we never had any sidewalks in the town I grew up in. There were no sidewalks or pavement, as you call it here. Um, there were none. No, there was. There was one small section of town that had sidewalk. So it was all like gravel, dirt, the shoulder, curb, side of the road was all dirt, gravel, which is where we played. Sounds like the USA or UK in the past. What are you speaking of? Um, yeah, that's the way the world was that I grew up in. I don't know if there are sidewalks there now, actually.
Bluebells in a night, those dusty bluebells, I'll be your master. Tip-a-ripper-rapper on the left-hand shoulder, tip-a-ripper-rapper on the left-hand shoulder, tip-a-ripper-rapper on the left-hand shoulder, I'll be your master. Follow me to Londonderry, follow me to Londonderry, follow me to Londonderry, I'll be your master. Tip-a-ripper-rapper on the
When children offer themselves to the ceremony of a game, to its movement and rhythm, they're lost to the ordinary world. Inside the narrow confines of two curbs, the spirit roves free, only responding to the excitement of catch and touch, the swirl of their own music. Even in a city street, you can sing of the changing seasons, the springing corn and the green bud, human resurrection.
Green gravel, your grass is so green. You're the fairest young damsel that ever was seen. We washed her, we dried her, we dressed her in silk, and we wrote down her name with the gold pen and ink. Oh Kathleen, your true love is dead.
Elastics, is that the one where you would put it around your ankles or around your legs and it would go around another person's legs and you had to jump? Sometimes you had to jump on the two lines of the rope. Is that, again, a lot of this stuff, it's interesting because us guys remember all this stuff. We never played it, but we remember it. Um, all these rhymes, I remember all these rhymes, but they're not like burned into my brain because I never sang them as such. The girls sang them. It's we were always up to no good, but there were games like mass participation games like Red Rover and ones like that. And you know the boys played British Bulldog, and there were all kinds of games that we played, and it's really interesting. Uh, a neighbor of mine, yes, and you would keep moving it up, right? You would start at your ankles and then move it up to your knees and then up to your thighs, I guess, or something. I remember playing it as well, but it wasn't something we did. But every boy had a go, but it wasn't something we participated in as such. Yes, indeed. So Darren, you and I are the same age, so all these girls are our age now, if not a bit older. 1971. So I mean, how old are these girls? Like some of them could be like 8, 10. So they're probably older than us. Um, yeah, absolutely. Uh, yeah, it's great fun, isn't it?
And we send you and round your head.
So this is an interesting bit that was, yeah, so yeah, we're the same age. So these kids are older than us now, I would imagine, because they look like they're maybe getting close to 10-ish in age. So a bit older than us, but the same age. We would have been hanging out with these kids. Yeah, so you weren't playing skipping or British Bulldog too much at 15, I imagine, but you remember all this stuff. I was going to talk about the my neighbor. My neighbor had four boys, and three of them were, my age, close to my age. One of them the same age, and she had another boy like later in life when she was in her 40s. So he was the youngest. Was, oh, we had 10 or more years on this kid, right? So he was a completely different generation to us. We didn't hang out with him, we didn't play with him. He was a little boy when we were teenagers, right? uh, and I remember asking him what kind of games they played, and they didn't it, that one generation, it almost disappeared within that one generation. All this stuff here that we're watching disappeared in the 80s. It just disappeared. That all this stuff we're watching here is gone. Children don't do this anymore. Or I've never seen children doing it, and I've never really experienced it. It might exist in schoolyards a little bit, but not like when we were kids. And I'll get the bit coming up here really dates this because we're in Belfast and you see soldiers in the streets, which must have been a different element altogether for kids growing up in Belfast.
O Kathleen, your true love is dead. I sent you a letter to turn back your head. Children's lore, remote from the world of adults, is not learnt in school or at home, but in the streets, passed on from child to child. It appears to be more real, more serviceable, and more entertaining than anything they learn from a grown-up, whether it's about love or courtship, innocence, change, or the acceptance of death.
Poor Toby is dead and he lies in his grave, lies in his grave, lies in his grave. Poor Toby is dead and he lies in his grave, lies in his grave. They built an apple orchard way over his head, over his head. Over his head, they built an apple orchard way over his head.
So yeah, you can see most of these are girls, um, but I remember seeing all this stuff. It wasn't something we really participated in. It was something you participated in when you were a little kid, a little boy, like when you weren't old enough to hang out with the older boys and get up to no good. Um, so yeah, when you were a little boy, you had a go at skipping and you had a go at hopscotch. Hopscotch, was that one you guys played here? Um, I've Hopscotch is and always was a mystery to me how you played that game. I've heard that story before about Ring of Rosie being from the plague, and uh, I like to believe it's so, but I don't think it is. I've seen that it goes back before that or something. It's older than the plague. Can you believe that? Um, cabbage course. Yeah, we cabbage. You just reminded me. It wasn't cabbage. It was turnip or rutabaga. Actually, we call rutabaga turnip, and we know it's wrong. Um, yeah, I'll have to look into that again about the ring around the rosy being about the plague. I don't think it's so, but I like to believe that it is. It's yeah, I'm going to say it is. It's it's so amazing that these games, they'll be gone soon. These games and these rhymes. Just think about that for a second. Ring around the rosy. Let's say it is about the plague. So this is a game that we played that has been around for nearly a millennia. A, a game and a rhyme that's been around for 1,000 years. That's how long kids have been playing this game. And that game is going to disappear because kids don't do this anymore. It's a shame. I don't know what cabbage water is. This is a mystery to me what you're talking about here now. Um, Not something I'm familiar with at all. But it really disappeared really fast because uh, computers were just coming into school when when I was leaving school, and that was the end of it. That was the end of this, I think. I don't see much evidence of it in children today. Um, and I remember asking that kid, the neighbor kid, uh, who was just a generation younger than us, salted water after you boil the cabbage. What, you would drink this stuff? I know what you're talking about now. I thought this was something different. Cabbage water. Yes, water you boil the cabbage in. You used to drink this or something? Okay. I mean, I suppose you'd have it like, yeah, I'm not a fan of cabbage anyway, so there you go. Um, yeah, it's a shame this stuff has disappeared.
Over his head, the apples they all began to fall, began to fall, began to fall. The apples they all began to fall, began to fall. There came an old woman, not picking them up, picking them up, picking them up. There came an old woman, not picking them up, picking them up. Her Toby got up and he hit her a clutch, hit her a clutch, hit her a clutch. Her Toby got up.
Bubble and squeak is something I've heard before. Yes, it is something. It's a cabbage is a big thing. I don't like it though. Well, not that I don't like it. It was just I would never seek it out. It's like going to Antarctica. If you put it in front of me, I'll eat it, but I'm not going to make it for myself.
And he hit her a clutch, hit her a clutch. My mommy told me if I was goody that she would buy me a rubber dolly. My auntie told her I kissed a soldier. Now she won't buy me a rubber dolly. D69, a goose drank wine, a monkey chewed tobacco on a streetcar line. Line broke, a monkey got choked, and they all went to heaven in a little old blob car. A sailor went to sea, to see what he could see. But all that he could see, was the bottom of the deep blue sea. It was a...
That's the one, right? And that was one we used to have a lot of those clapping games. Was it Oh Little Play? Oh, I got it. I can't remember. Oh Little Playmate was another one. Um, yeah, there were so many of those clapping games. There was a pattern that you had to do with the clapping mirror image with a friend.
The month of Sunday in the sea of July, the rain was pouring heavily and the streets were very dry. I stepped into a tram bus to cross the Irish Sea. I asked a conductor to punch my ticket, and he punched my note for me. I fell in love with an English girl, she sung me an Irish dance. She lives in Tipperary, just a few miles out of France. Her father is a bricklayer boats. He used to steal the coal just to feed John Milligan's goats. John Milligan's goats suck sick one night and the day the night before. So think I've told you lots of lies, I'm not gonna tell no more.
So that song, I know the melody, I don't know those words. The orange and the green is the words I know to that song. Oh, this is the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. Me father, he was orange, and me mother, she was green. Very Irish, Northern Irish in this thing, isn't it? Must have been somebody's having bubble and squeak. Um, yeah, so that was something we did do. I remember doing those clapping games.
Forever, ever in your long legged life, sail long like a man with a long legged wife. Never, never, never in my long legged life, sail long like a man with a long legged. On the hillside stands a lady, who she is I do not know. All she wants is gold and silver, all she wants is a nice young man. Lady, lady, tip to the ride. Lady, lady, give a bite of ride. Lady, lady, show your strength. Lady, lady, run right through, right through.
No adult taught the children how to skip, how to construct a code of rules, the security of repetition, the feeling of oneness in doing the same thing as everybody else. That's knowledge that's passed along a length of rope with urgency, rivalry, and sheer exuberance.
Yeah, there were a lot of skipping games the girls did, and I remember them, but as I said, it wasn't something we did, but it was always going on over there. That's what the girls were doing. But it was we were a community, right? The boys and the girls, even though we didn't play the same games all the time. We didn't call it paper, scissors, stone. We called it rock, paper, scissors. And the Americans, Rochambeau is a name they have on it, which I've never heard before until later in life watching American television. Darren, that's what we looked like. That's what we looked like in the 70s. You've forgotten. I remember when I was, oh God, how old would I have been? Probably 10. I had a pair of brown plaid. Plaid is you guys, what do you guys call it? Tartan. Brown plaid polyester bell bottoms. The 70s were great, man. uh, No, that's how we dressed back in the 70s, Darren. I'm pretty sure that's how we dressed, or how our mothers dressed us. We probably didn't have a lot of say in what we wore back then. Brown plaid polyester bell bottoms. Plaid. We say plaid. We don't say tartan. You guys call it tartan, don't you? Uh, uh, this stuff. What do you call that? What do you call that? That's plaid to me. Uh, Platform soles. Yeah, the platforms were kind of gone by the time I came along, but I did have a pair of boots, uh, winter boots, that had a very high heel, uh, parkas with an orange lining. Uh, yeah, bell bottoms were kind of gone by the time we came along, but I did have a pair of brown plaid polyester bell bottoms. I remember them distinctly because I was riding a little motorbike, and the muffler, the exhaust to the motorbike, ran along the seat. And the muffler, the exhaust pipe, melted the brown plaid polyester bell bottoms, and they stuck to my leg. Something I will never forget. Jumpers with 3 stars on the chest. Sounds familiar. Polyester was big. Nylon, polyester, yep. Space age materials, right?
This is an area of change. There's little elbow room in the terraced streets that huddle in the shadow of the factory chimney and the linen mill. The smoky red brick jostles uneasily against the concrete and the bright windows of modern flats. Old and new alike vibrate with the roar of the heavy lorry, the grinding bulldozer, the thump of the pile driver. In the process of redevelopment, old landmarks are tumbled. The families in the close-knit warrens are broken up. The community is dispersed. But the children's grapevine remains constant and serene. Adults hardly know its existence. The children are people conducting their own affairs, creating a world with no past, present, or future. The shop on the corner was always there, will be there forever.
We didn't call them lumberjack coats. We called them woods jackets. You're talking about the red and black check, red and black plaid. Snake belts. Sounds familiar. Snake belts. Ooh, that sounds familiar.
Half a pop and sugar on the top. 3 bang alongside a Harvey shop. My Aunt Jane, she's awful smart. She bakes me rings and her apple tart. And when Halloween comes round, for this that hard I'm always found. My Aunt Jane's a nail on the door, a white stone step and a clean swept floor. Candy apples, hard green pears, conversation lost endures. Mama, will you buy me out? Will you buy me out? Will you buy me out? Mama, will you buy me Yes, my dear, I'll buy you a, I'll buy you a, I'll buy you a. Yes, my dear, I'll buy you a, I'll buy you a banana. Mama, will you peel the skin? Will you peel the skin? Will you peel the skin? Mama, will you peel the skin of my banana? Mama.
Does anybody know this one? This is the weirdest game I've ever seen in my life. Stripy elastic belt with a fastener and an S shape. It sounds familiar. Sounds familiar.
Do you wanna bite? Do you wanna bite? Do you wanna bite? Mama, do you wanna bite? A bite of my banana. Yes, my dear, I'll take a bite. Take a bite. Take a bite. Yes, my dear, I'll take a bite. A bite of your banana. Mama, you talk too much. You talk too much. You talk too much. Mama, you talk too much. Too much of my banana. Mama, you're greedy gluck, you're greedy gluck, greedy gluck. Mama, you're greedy gluck, too much of my banana. Over the garden wall, I left the baby fall. When Mommy came out and gave me a clout, I asked her what she was talking about. She gave me another to match the other over the garden wall. Our wee school's a good wee school, it's made of bricks and plaster. The only thing that's wrong with it is our wee baldy master. He goes to the pub on Saturday night, he goes to church on Sunday. He prays to God to give him strength to slaughter us on Monday.
Linen is part of the fabric of Belfast. Its trades, the band tires, tenters, rovers, weavers, doffers.
So this is something you guys will be familiar with, but it looks very different. I mean, I never knew anything about weavers and making cotton and all that, but this, whatever this is they're doing here, looks different than what I've seen machines here in Manchester. Yeah, there's all kinds of bouncing balls off walls games, isn't there? Just see if you recognize this machinery. It's different than what I've seen of the machines here in Manchester. I don't know if they're making a different kind of thread or it was just different machinery they had in Belfast.
Off the tongue like legends.
Oh, do you know her or do you not? This dauphin mistress that we have got. For Aggie Russell is her name, and she hangs her coat on the highest nail. For the rightful ride, for the rightful ride. On Monday morning when she comes in.
So those are different kind of bobbins or, well, those ones aren't. Those look familiar. Good evening, Rick. We're looking at the 1970s. You'll remember this. You've missed some of the games we used to play back in the 70s, um, and nursery rhymes and things we used to play back when we were little kids. I'm just looking at this machinery here. It's not very long, this part.
She hangs her coat on the highest pin, and then she turns around for all to view, saying, tie your ends up and tie them too. For the rightful ride, for the rightful ride. Oh, tie our ends up, we'll surely do. Our eyes are sharp and our fingers too. Oh, tie our ends up, we'll surely do. Out for Lizzie Murphy and not for you. For the rightful ride, for the rightful ride. Oh, Lizzie Murphy, are you going away? Is it tomorrow or is it today?
Linen makes sense. Irish linen. That makes sense. Maybe that's the difference.
For when you go, it will break our hearts, for there's no one left for to take our part. for the rightful ride, for the rightful ride.
Those kids are better dressed than I remember the 70s. They're definitely they're wearing more stylish clothing than we wore. Oh God, the 70s were bad styles. I enjoy looking at it. So you certainly wouldn't wear it today, would you? Will it come back, I wonder?
Doffers are neighbours, but the world is boundless, for the child can leap freely between the reality and the dream.
So does anybody remember this kind of, we called it a garbage truck. Had the big musher thing on the back of it. Is that the kind of things you had here? I'm thinking that's a garbage truck. It looks like a garbage truck to me. That's what we called them, garbage trucks. She was just outside Belfast. Yeah, there was a bit of that on the go. Drum, well, water. Bin wagon, yeah. We called it a garbage truck.
Boundless, for the child can leap freely between the reality and the dream. And he can sing as readily of kings and queens and palaces, of sailors and big ships.
So the big ship sails on the Alley Alley O. This was part of the reason I saved this program, although it took me forever to re-find it. The big ship sails on the Alley Alley O, the Alley Alley O. Apparently, the song is about the Manchester Ship Canal. That's where they believe that song came from. So what was that, 1880s? Is that right? Somewhere around there. So that's how far back that song goes. The big ship sails on the Alley Alley O is apparently about the Manchester Ship Canal.
You need little in the way of facilities. Just a gable wall, a curbstone, a few flags on the footpath, or a corner of the school playground. The themes are eternal. They fly from lip to lip down the ages. The tunes are snatched casually out of the air, from the radio, the jukebox, or blown along in the wind of tradition.
The wind blew high, the rain came tumbling from the sky. Mary McVeigh says she'll die if she doesn't get a boy with a rosy eye.
She is handsome, she is pretty, she is a girl from the Belfast city. She is courting 1, 2, 3.
So this is the thing about these games. They're passed from child to child, and it's a this is I think this is all but gone. All of these rhymes and songs that we played and sang as kids are all but gone because children don't play these games anymore. It's something that's survived for millennia. We were just talking about Ring Around the Rosie, which goes back to the plague times, right? Like that song and game is, nearly 1,000 years old. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's about the Manchester Ship Canal. The big ship sails on the Alio. Um, but yeah, this is gone. This has disappeared, and I think about all these games being passed from child to child, and just they're gone now. Well, they're not gone. I mean, they're documentation of them, but children don't play them anymore. I remember there was a game we played that nobody else knew about, and it was a game called Square Ball. Square Ball, and because you played it in a square with a ball, it was a square, four quadrants, four divided into four squares, and it was a game you played. I can't remember the rules, but it was a really, really good game. Uh, you had to serve it into different. It was a four-person game, and you had to serve it into the other squares, and basically you just bounced it between squares. Didn't matter which square, but you had to keep it going, and it was a really rapid game. There were other rules to it that I don't remember, but it was a game that no one else played it. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. We called it Square Ball, and it was just a ball as a game as I described, a square, four quadrants, or is that right? Quadrants. Um, and you would just bounce it and keep it going, and when you got it on the line or didn't do it or whatever, you were out or something, or there was points or something. I can't remember the rules of the game. It was a game that came along later, like almost into teen age. But it was a game, apparently, it was a game that some kid, I think from the Philippines, introduced to our town. So it was only a game that was played in our little area of Newfoundland. Other kids didn't play it. No one else knows it. No one remembers it because it was a game that just appeared. And it was a game we played because some other kid brought it with them. It's like how did Ring Around the Rosie end up in America? The kids brought it with them, right? So it's really interesting that these things are passed on child to child. They're not no adult intervention in this at all. It's just children.
Will you tell me who is he? Mark Graham says he loves her. All the boys are fighting for her, knocking at the door and ringing at the bell. Please, Miss Maffei, is your daughter in? She's never in, no, she's never out. She's up in the parlour, walking about with a heel, a toe, a bally-o. Mess her up your idea.
Ditsy, ditsy, mess up your radio. Get a big mad and you got a big radio. All the boys and girls, people out of work, yo. Ditsy, ditsy, mess up your radio. Get a big mad and you got a big radio. All the boys and girls, people out of work, yo. Ditsy, ditsy, mess up your radio. Get a big mad and you got a big radio. All the boys and girls, people out of work, yo. Ditsy, ditsy, mess up your radio.
The games possess the early stirrings of civilization. They require no referees. No scores are kept, no prizes awarded. If a game isn't finished, nobody seems to worry. You can always start another one.
Peas and barley, oh, barley, oh, barley, oh. Green peas and barley, oh, sugar lumps and candy. This is the way the teacher stands, this is the way she folds her hands. This is the way she claps her hands, and this is the way she dances. One potato, two potatoes, three potatoes, four, five potatoes, six potatoes, seven potatoes. The queen does this, and the king does this. The birds show their legs, and the boys do a kiss.
Living amongst us, we have a population that enjoys drama, poetry, music, and dance. Its variety seems infinite, and it continues without any encouragement from us. It's guaranteed to last from generation to generation of children. It's sustained by a force that's stronger than science or industry or progress, stronger than class or creed or time itself.
What's the time? Quarter what? Quarter chase neighbour loaf.
Wallflower,
The lips fade and fall silent, one after the other. But the song lives on forever.
going to die, but except for Laura McVeigh, she's the only one. She can dance, she can sing, she can show her wedding ring. I'm a little teapot, small and stout. Here's my handle, here's my spout. When the kettle's boiling, hear me shout. Tip me up and pour me out. Wallflower, wallflower, growing up so high. All the little children are all going to die, but except for Amory O'Hare, she's the only one. She can dance, she can sing, she can show her wedding ring.
Dan, Dan, funny wee man, wipes his face in frying pan, combs his hair with a donkey's tail and scratches his belly with a big toenail.
Wallflower, wallflower, growing up so high. All the little children are all gone to die, but except for Amory O'Hare, she's the only one. She can dance, she can sing, she can show her wedding ring. Wallflower, wallflower, growing up so high. All the little children are all gone to die, but except for Christine Phillips, she's the only one. She can dance, she can sing, she can show her wedding ring. Wallflower, wallflower.
So this is almost over, but there is a couple of more nice ones at the end here as it goes to the end. I just have to keep interrupting it here so I don't get a copyright strike. No doubt there'll be a copyright claim on this video, but it's sweet, isn't it? It's the stuff we remember. This is gone. This doesn't exist anymore. This existed for millennia. Children playing these games, and it's gone now.
Growing up so high, all the little children are all gonna die, but except for Margaret Kermit, she's the only one. She can dance, she can sing, she can show her wedding ring. Wallflower, wallflower, growing up so high, all the little children are all gonna die, but except for Laura McVeigh, she's the only one. She can dance, she can sing, she can show her wedding ring. Wallflower, wallflower, growing up so high. All the little children are all gonna die, but except for Jacqueline Buckley, she's the only one. She can dance, she can sing, she can show her wedding ring. Wallflower, wallflower, growing up so high. All the little children are all gonna die, but except for Rach Campbell, she's the only one. She can dance, she can sing, she can show her wedding ring. If a bumblebee stung a bumblebee on a bumblebee's bare bum, what colour would the bumblebee's bare bum be?
Hank.
P-I-N-K spells pink, and out you go with a jolly good smack on the ear. Gotcha.
Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. We we like to complain about our tax dollars going to the BBC and the CBC in Canada, but stuff like that almost makes it worth it, doesn't it? It's special, and they still do stuff like this. Um, that was probably aired in 1971. It was, although that BBC Four there looks newer than 71. But there you go. That's what that's what we used to do, and it's really sad that it's gone, uh, gone forever. The world has really, 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 really changed. Um, I've said it before, talking about it was worth it then, but not now. It's I know what you're saying. Um, I wonder how much of this stuff will be preserved. Whatever's going on now, how will it be preserved? Will YouTube preserve it? Oh, I've certainly heard Beating the Bounds. Yes, I want to do a video about Beating the Bounds. It's something that came up when I was researching. There's a little, uh, well, we don't know what it is. There's a stone up by the petrol station here, and it's all but obliterated. You can't make out the writing on it anymore. It says County Palatine of Chester, uh, a boundary stone, and yeah, beating the bounds. It's still practiced in a few places in the country, but yeah, that's a beautiful tradition that's gone. It's it's really really sad to see these things disappearing from culture. I mean, culture changes and evolves, but it's sad to see things that have survived for thousands of years disappear in a generation. Like not gradual, just gone. Really sad. A nutcrack night. No, that's not something I'm familiar with. Not by that name anyway. Um, yeah, it's really sad to see these things disappear. Uh, the world is moving a bit too fast sometimes, isn't it? Anyway, that's uh, that's our story for tonight. That was an interesting one that I've again. It's not local content, but it took me forever to find it, and I knew what I was looking for. So it's stuff you're maybe not going to see on your regular hunt on YouTube or your regular hunt on social media. So there you go. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it 3 times. This is the third time I've watched it. Well, probably more than 3 times because I watched it a few times a few years ago. Uh, yeah, a lot of fun, isn't it? Anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I guess we'll get to the quiz tomorrow night because it's supper time here and I'm out of tea. So I'll see you in the next one.